If you are looking to improve your landscape, then you may want to check out an open house today put on by master gardeners at Pahl's Market in Apple Valley.
They're going to be talking about gardening trends for 2012, including the art of fairy gardening. Joining us live from Apple Valley is Gary Pahl from Pahl's Market. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning.
All right, right out of the gate, what is a fairy garden? I've got a lot of ideas and guesses, but what really is it?
I tell you, it's probably the hottest trend in the garden center business this last couple of years, and it is just exploding. And fairy gardening is just kind of making up your own little imagination of the little people, the little fairies running around the garden, and we all have there's miniature sets of garden furniture. There's miniature houses. There's staircases. There's unbelievably things that you can do for a fairy garden.
So it's like setting up a little mini scene, a little mini house.
It is.
Yeah.
Why are people...
people love it.
Yeah, why, Gary? Why are people so crazy about this new trend?
Well, it gives them something to do. It gives them a little sense of ownership of what they can do in their, within a little, you can do a big setting like this, or you can do a smaller container also. So it's just, it also gives you, if you want something sitting in, like, say, your outdoor room, you can have like a little miniature pot with fairies, kind of just lurking around and that type of thing. You can use all kinds of different things. It's, it truly is one of the, they've come out with miniature plants to be planted in the fairy gardens, so it's kind of neat.
And we do it because we can.
I guess it's a little hobby. It's like building a dollhouse or something. A little hobby. I guess you have to put little mini plants in the little mini garden. What kind of mini plants are you put in there?
Well, it's basically dwarf sizes of certain species that they've cultivated for the fairy gardens, and they haven't. I mean, they basically have only come onto the market in the last couple of years, so we call it our fairy container gardening.
Well, yeah, let's talk a little bit about container gardening. Though a lot of people live in, they have limited spaces, townhomes, villas, and those kinds of things. Is that becoming a bigger trend because of those? It's a good opportunity for people to do some gardening still, right?
Well, actually, the last 5 years, container gardening has really exploded. I mean, you've had, you can use container gardening, different pot sizes, different, sun or shade. You can bring them in or out. This is a great time of the year for people to start planting their container garden, because they have the opportunity to bring it in if it's, a chilly night, or, and then set it back out in the sun or the spot that they want, a little bit more protected. It's not as much detailed as far as work. It can give you, instant gratification in color. You can put different textured plants in there. It's, in the last 5 years, container gardening has kind of exploded, and then within the last, I'd say, year and a half, fairy gardening has probably taken over. So it's those two trends have been really the up and coming thing in the garden center business, which has propelled our industry over the last couple of years to propel the growth, I should say.
All right. Well,
we have.
I was about to say, with those couple of things in mind, I know you guys are having a big open house today. What can everybody expect if they head on out for some tips, some advice, or some new trends?
Well, we have our greenhouses. We have about 3 acres of greenhouses that we're going to be giving tours of, and we have seminars starting at 10 o'clock, all the ways from planting your garden to fairy gardening, to container gardening, and what's new and what types of plants are new and that type of thing. In the background here, I have a couple new species of trees. This is a ruby tear, which is kind of nice. It's got a different texture. This is great. Leaves small fruit on it for the birds in the wintertime. So it's a crab apple tree that has been cultivated for our zone here. And you have this dogwood here. Is this dogwood right here? This is was new on the market last year from Bailey's. It's a nice bright red yellow leaf in the fall. Really leaves a nice feel for the fall.
All right.
Then you have another crab there in the back. So we got all kinds of new exciting things.
Well, and we love it. Gary Pahl, thank you very much from Pahl's Market in Apple Valley. A long tradition of gardening up there. Thanks for joining us, and have fun with the open house today.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck.
Nice chatting with you.
Thanks, good chat with you too. Yeah, so again, it looks really nice. You talked about 3 acres of indoor greenhouses, so no matter the weather today, you can get out and do some pre-gardening, some
Or you could do
gardening.
or a little fairy gardening.
Fairy gardening.
Yes.
That is interesting, though.
It looked like the set from Munchkinland, you know.
It did. Like
yeah.
When you look up real close.
Little bitty plants that
Yeah,
they
little
sell
bitty
for the-
plants, even little bitty people and little
Yeah,
bitty
little bitty
dogs.
trolls.
And a little bitty bit of rain later on today as we